Hello everyone, welcome to Desert Succulent, and today let's talk about the Atomy Succulent, and it is still unclear whether this belongs to the Sedum family or Echeveria family. Nevertheless, I would like to share to you this delicate succulent that every time na tinitingnan ko siya, it simply brings joy to me because of how it looks like. Itong succulent na to is characterized as having this intact cluster and it produces multiple offshoots. Another interesting fact about this succulent is its size. Sobrang liit niya lang. This one is, I guess, 1 centimeters to 1.5 centimeters. If we will try to count how many offsets do we have here, I guess it would be around 50 to 100 na rosettes. Yung kanyang mga leaves will give you this pretty red na color, especially when stressed. Originally, yung color niya would be this parang greenish in color. And look at those. So this part is covered nitong ating nursery na plastic pot. That's the reason why hindi siya masyadong exposed sa sunlight. And for us to stress nga itong ating succulent na to, we have to provide these yung full sunlight. Nakalagay siya doon sa ating area wherein it's exposed to the rain or shine almost every day. Our Atomy is receiving about 8 hours of sunlight every day. It depends on the weather. So as a result nga, ganyan yung kakalabasan ng ating Atomy. And also, another way for us to stress itong ating Atomy is yung ating temperature. I noticed na during the burr months or the colder months, mas intense yung color ng kanyang mga leaves. So that's another way for us to stress itong ating mga Atomy na succulent. Watering wise, it's always best for us to water this succulent using yung ating soak and dry method, wherein we have to soak yung ating soil completely. So if you will be watering this one, make sure na mag-drain yung tubig sa kanyang pinaka-pot, and you might as well try to do it 2 to 3 times to make sure na fully soak siya. There are times when completely dry na yung kanyang soil, but still I'm not watering it because nga of this color. I'm really trying to achieve this kind of color. It really looks beautiful. Kaya as much as possible, I don't want to water this on a regular basis, or else it will revert back into this greenish na color. Yung kanilang soil mix should be well draining, and right now I will also be repotting itong ating Atomy. This one has been with me for the past 4 months, and it's about time for us to repot it. I have decided to make use of these hanging na pot so that we can put it doon sa ating vertical na garden. So yung soil mix na ginamit ko dito is nothing special. This is just a typical garden soil with some compost, dried sticks, dried leaves, and I even added or mixed some Osmocote fertilizer sa kanya. First things first, let's try to remove this, and you would see here na dry na talaga yung kanyang pinaka-soil, and it's really perfect for us to repot this one. Although in my case, I don't usually remove yung kanyang old soil. What I usually do is simply assess nga yung kanyang soil, the roots, if it's still healthy or not. And if it is healthy, then I don't usually change yung kanilang soil, since I do fertilize nga yung aking mga succulents every month using a complete fertilizer. Kaya I'm not really worried na yung ating succulent is sitting on a poor na soil or low nutrient na soil. Yung kanyang mga roots are also very thin. It would look like this after repotting. We will just be adding more soil. We will backfill these areas ng kanyang mga soil later. And eventually in the next coming weeks or months, it will fill in these entire na pot natin. If we are talking about propagation, ang daling i-propagate itong ating Atomy na succulent. All we need to do is to cut it here. I never tried yung ating leaf propagation, since as you would see here, ang liliit talaga ng kanilang leaves, and probably it would be very difficult for us to propagate yung kanyang mga leaves. So instead, we're just gonna be making some cutting, so we can cut it here. And kanina, while we are trying to repot itong ating Atomy, may mga nahulog na mga rosettes. Look at this one. Ayan sila. Ganyan yung kanyang itsura. All we need to do is wait for 1 week or 2 weeks before watering yung ating mga propagated na mga Atomy succulent. Ayan, so ang liliit nila. Ganyan. With regards sa kanilang mga common pests and problems, it's very prone sa mga mealybugs. As you would see here, very compact yung kanyang rosettes. And those are a perfect na breeding ground or hiding spot ng ating mga mealybugs kasi they love to go inside, doon sila pumupunta. So that is something that you really need to watch out. Although itong ating Atomy succulent is safe naman. We have here some dried leaves, so we can also remove itong mga dried leaves na ito for us to prevent nga yung pag-breed ng mga mealybugs or other pests dyan. And every time we water this one, hindi talaga maiwasan na mag-collect yung tubig sa kanyaw. So I usually use itong ating parang blower to get rid of yung mga na-trapped na tubig sa kanyang pinaka-rosettes. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You may also visit our Facebook page at Desert Succulent PH.